Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. It's great to be back with you. I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all the fantastic comments in response to my video from yesterday, my channel update, and a question of the week. That's something I'm going to try to do once a week. Just throw a question out there and just kind of get everybody's thoughts on some topic in history. If you have a suggestion about a topic you want me to throw out there, go ahead and use the comment section below. I'm looking for ideas. It does not have to be related to the Civil War, just because that's what game I'm playing. It can be about any topic related to history whatsoever. I'll try to do one of those at the beginning of every week, and if they're as well participated in as that last one was, then I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do that. So thank you for that. And I want to give a shout out as well to those I have listed as the official sponsors of my YouTube channel. Chris Marciniak, who I've mentioned before, Meadowhawk 509, and now William O'Hare, who is my latest sponsor. And William, your brigade is going to be making its debut in my Confederate Army here at the Battle of Chickamauga. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. This is the full release of Ultimate General Civil War. This is version 1.0. It's Brigadier General difficulty, and it's the Battle of Chickamauga, the bloodiest battle in the Western Theater, the second bloodiest battle of the American Civil War, as well as probably the most significant Union defeat in the Western Theater. We can only take 2 corps, and 20 brigades is the max I can put into a corps right now, so that means 40 brigades is what I'm taking into this battle. For me, that means 66,000 men, 240 guns. I don't know what the Union's going to have when it's all said and done, because we don't get to see that quite yet, but we'll get into that. For now, we do the first part of the battle, and that involves a couple of things that happen right off the bat here. We've got to take this bridge, and we're going to take another location up here. These are necessary in order to advance to the later part of the battle, and there will be a third one down here that will open up. Now, we're going to take our time. Don't want to just dive right into assaulting this position, because we're going to get some reinforcements up here, and we can bring them down. And it makes it a lot easier to take this objective once we can assault them from the rear. So, with that said, we'll go ahead and start moving up, but not all the way to the objective. We're just going to get close enough to where we'll be ready to strike when the time comes. And I'm going to go ahead and speed things up while we wait for that next part. And that's basically going to happen right here. So while we're doing that, we'll talk a little bit about the Battle of Chickamauga. Chickamauga was fought over 3 days. It's interesting that Longstreet's corps, which fought at Gettysburg, was sent west to assist the army in the west under Braxton Bragg. So the Confederates actually ended up with a slight advantage in numbers at this battle by about 5,000 men. And when you consider how many men were involved in this battle, it really was horrific, because you're talking about fewer men in terms of the number of men that fought as compared to Gettysburg. But still, 35,000 casualties combined between the two armies. The Union Army was the Army of the Cumberland under William Rosecrans, who did not have a great history as an army commander during the war. And so what you had then is, with Longstreet's corps coming west to fight in this battle, you would have had men who fought at Gettysburg, who then came and fought at Chickamauga, and therefore those men were likely to have been the only ones who participated in the 2 bloodiest battles of the American Civil War. And I forgot to send my general up. So we're not going to move any further up than this until we get a little more of the army. Chickamauga, what made this such a tough battle to fight, and what makes it tough to fight on here, is because it was fought mostly in woods. For the most part, commanders could not see more than the immediate units that were in front of them. They couldn't see the units on either side of them, and certainly couldn't see the units that could potentially be coming at them from the opposing army. And so what ends up happening in this battle then is that in the midst of the fighting, Rosecrans, the commander of the Union Army, believes there to be a hole in his line that actually isn't there because he can't see it. And so he shifts some units over to plug what he thought was a hole that wasn't really there, and in the process creates an actual hole in his line just as Longstreet launches an assault on that position. And that basically became the thing that turned the tide in this battle. Alright, gotta be careful here. Oh, great. So brigade commander goes down right in one of the first volleys of the battle. Alright, here comes our next batch of troops. I'm actually going to break off some skirmishers here. These 24-pounders, I'm going to have a heck of a time moving them into any kind of position to be able to use them down here. But that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to use these skirmishers to kind of cover what's happening up here, just in case, because I know he's got some cavalry out there somewhere. And then once these guys get down into position, we'll make our move against the bridge. I don't want to stand here taking that grape shot, that canister fire from Harris, so I'm going ahead and launching this attack. Alright. We'll go ahead and speed things up a little bit here. Oh my gosh, now I lost a major general. I think that was the Orphan Brigade commander. Just went down. Definitely not the way to start out. Alright, we're basically going to kind of hold tight here now. That's not really my objective in this fight. Down here is. I'm going to get these guys right to the edge of the woods and stop until I can get the artillery up. And then move these guys up. My goodness. Okay, now we've got to secure not only this river passage, but these ones down here as well. And I will get some reinforcements for that. Okay. I gotta be careful here because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some Union troops coming down this way. Bring these guys back. Alright, not much going on down here. That's not particularly helpful. And we'll send these guys this way. I'll let the Texas Brigade deal with the unit that fled over here. Help if I kept my general close. The rest of these units, I've got 2 hours. I've got to get down and take these 2 fords. The main thing here is I just have to keep moving. Alright, that helps. I'm going to keep the Texas Brigade just kind of hanging out right here to secure this objective and watch for any units that might be sneaking around. And the rest we got to start bringing down this way. Last reinforcements of the day. Yeah, you all need to get over here. And I'll just keep moving everybody down until I run into some enemy that I can fight. Can't be that many out there. Alright, these guys are exhausted. We're going to let them wait for the rest of the men to arrive. See what's going on up here. They're too tired to be able to charge. Just an hour left. Not a lot of wiggle room, but it should be enough to take these objectives. Let's see what's going on over here. Alright, the 72nd Indiana finally showed back up again, but we were ready for that. Alright, we gotta get these other brigades down here so I can start making my move on the bridges. Alright, here we go. I think I've got this timed pretty well. Oh, why is Stewart so slow? He's loading up over here. Perfect. Now let's get these guys to surrender and get them all across. Now we make the move on the other objective. With a half hour to go. Alright, all objectives are now secure. See if maybe we can take some of these guys out of the battle. Alright, we got him. And that should about do it. We'll go ahead and see where the casualties end up for this phase. I've already captured the most men that I can get in return is 1,000, so I think I'm pretty well there. So, all right, we'll go ahead and wrap up this first episode here with this part, but I do want to see where things stand now. There we go. So we are going to have a numerical advantage for day 2 of the Battle of Chickamauga. That's good news. Definitely a nice advantage in guns. So if we can just be smart with placement. I'm going to go back to camp for a minute because at the very least, I want to be able to replace these commanders that I lost. We're going to go ahead and move Evander Law up to command of the 2nd Division. We can get a Lieutenant Colonel in here. Okay, and we've actually got 957 men. I could go ahead and place them somewhere. Orphan Brigade's very close to being a 3-star unit. And we got to go with somebody who's got guns that I have more of so it doesn't cost me. It doesn't appear I have a lot. I'm definitely going to have several 3-star units after this battle. Alright, well it doesn't look like there's really anywhere I can go.
Yes, sir.
Because I have to buy the guns no matter what. So, alright, that'll do. Alright, so we'll wrap up right here. I know that's a short episode, but it's a good stopping point rather than getting halfway through the next phase only to stop it again. So we'll wrap it up right there. We'll come right back with part 2 of the Battle of Chickamauga. So as always, I welcome your input, your comment, your observations, any and all things related to the game, the battle, the history of Chickamauga. Keep those things coming. If you'd hit that thumbs up, I greatly appreciate it. We'll see you back here with part 2 in just a little while. Thanks for watching.